With yet another controversial addition to his discography, Drake is standing on thin ice and is at a significant crossroads in his career. Upon every release of his studio album since Views in 2016, there's been a growing distasteful sentiment towards his records. And that trend continues with his 7th studio album, Honestly Nevermind. And while I do appreciate that he did change the sound of the album, the finished product feels very soulless and safe. It comes off as a careless effort from Drake, putting in the bare minimum just to get by, a project just for the numbers and not for the passion. Sure, this was a random release that no one was expecting, but for your 7th studio album, your effort level can't be this low. And at the age of 35, with new generations of artists coming to take the throne, is he done? Has Drake said all he's had to say and express through his music? Is Drake finished? In Drake's illustrious music career, there's been 3 major turning points and sections. The first is his breakthrough in the industry with Thank Me Later and Take Care. The former got him nominated for Best Rap Album at the Grammys, and the latter actually won him the award. The second is his continued success in the hip-hop scene, with Nothing Was the Same, What a Time to Be Alive, and If You're Reading This It's Too Late, one of the best projects to come out of the 2010s. And the third is his meteoric rise in pop culture, with Views, More Life, and Scorpion, where the general public perception of these records is that there's a noticeable decrease in quality across these projects. This is the section in his career that leads to a downtrend. While he's more popular now than ever across the spans of entertainment, he's lost a bit of approval from fans in the rap scene on his newer projects. And that approval was difficult to achieve in the first place, in a music industry comprised of a lot of artists pumping up their chests, showing the life they come from and ended up with until now. The rags to riches story. Drake, on the other hand, had a different starting point. At the age of 15, he was part of the hit Canadian TV show Degrassi as Jimmy Brooks. So, in order for someone like Drake to fully assimilate into the hard-knock world of hip-hop, he would need to do a lot of convincing that he isn't soft, and that he isn't this goody-two-shoes corny kid from a teen's television series. He would do this by releasing mixtapes in the late 2000s, first with Room for Improvement, and second with the Comeback Season, where there was some potential, but there was much needed room for improvement, so to speak. And with the help of his mentor Lil Wayne to take him under his wing, this potential would eventually be found in his 3rd mixtape, So Far Gone.
Why do I feel so alone? Like everybody passing through the studio is in characters if he acting out a movie.
More refined overall, So Far Gone serves to realize the potential that his previous 2 releases had teased. But more importantly, the hit single Best I Ever Had fully jump-started his career.
Baby, you my everything. You all I ever wanted. We could do it real big, bigger than you ever done it. You be up on everything.
The track's producer Boy Wonder said, "Best I Ever Had changed my life. It started my career and made people take my craft seriously. And Drake seriously too. That was the most successful song I've ever had at the time. It was so successful that it led to the hit earning nominations for Best Rap Solo Performance and Best Rap Song in the 52nd Grammy Awards."
Yeah, well, I'm nominated for two rap awards, and it's an honor. You know, I'm 23 years old. I put out a mixtape with my close friends from Toronto. You know, something we all believed in, and yeah, you know, it's surreal, definitely.
This would serve as a major turning point in Drake's career in the hip-hop industry. After So Far Gone, his stock would just keep rising as the years go by, earning more Grammy nominations for Best Rap Album, for his debut studio album, Thank Me Later, and Best Rap Solo Performance for Over. He would eventually make a major breakthrough with his 2nd studio album, Take Care,
It's your worst nightmare. It's my first night here, and this girl right here, who knows what she knows.
which won him a Grammy for Best Rap Album. Drake was now on top of the rap game, and he would maintain this status through 2013's Nothing Was the Same, and 2015's If You're Reading This It's Too Late, his best project in my opinion. It wasn't until the release of Hotline Bling that rap's most popular superstar would take his first step as a pop star. Although this wasn't the first go-around in tapping into the dance genre, previously collaborating with Midget Jordan on Hold On We're Going Home.
My eyes on you. You're everything that I see, I won't show.
But Hotline Bling served to be a gigantic shift in Drake's career in the pop scene, further solidifying him as a household name. The release of his 4th studio album Views would only confirm this choice. While the album would consist of his staple R&B hip-hop sounds, he would start to heavily incorporate both dancehall and pop, One Dance being one of those songs. which would end up being his biggest song of all time.
Grips on your ways, front way, back way. You know that I don't play. Streets not safe, but I never.
And while I did love the album upon release, initial reactions to the drastic shift sonically caught listeners off guard, especially coming off of both If You're Reading This It's Too Late and his collaboration album with Future with What a Time to Be Alive. With his mainstream breakthrough, a number of songs in his preceding albums would start to be tailored to the radio. These would be songs like Fake Love, God's Plan, and Way Too Sexy, which aren't bad, but it just sounds like Drake progressively gives less and less effort on these tracks, and this reflects on their respective albums as well, getting progressively safer and safer. This leads us to today, his 7th studio album, Honestly Nevermind, where he does finally make a change sonically, but he does it in the most Drake way possible, where he's absolutely doing the bare minimum on a lot of these tracks, both in his vocals and lyrics, as if he has nothing else left to say. He's been on top of the music industry for the past 7 years. He's done, seen, and heard everything an artist of his popularity can. Drake's best music is predicated on its relatability and desire for more. But what happens when you lose your relatability, and you lose your drive for more? What happens when you've done and earned everything? What happens when you've rapped and sung everything you've got to say? You become stale. See, Drake's been spitting and singing about the same thing he's been spitting and singing about for the past decade. Can he deliver great songs from time to time? Absolutely! Songs like Diplomatic Immunity, Losses, and D4L showcase this. But it's in bursts of energy. In his latest projects, he's shown that he can't give the same amount of focus to his full-length albums anymore. The best he could get now are 3 or 4 good songs from a 15 to 20 track album. A horrible ratio. And at the age and situation that Drake is at, he's in a race against time to find that fire and desire that made records like Take Care and If You're Reading This It's Too Late, that made songs like Over, Headlines, and Know Yourself. Drake is at a crucial point in his career, and unless things change or something happens, all signs lead to him being done in terms of making great albums. His window is closing, and so the biggest question in Drake's career and legacy arises: what will rap's biggest pop star do about it?